everyone, welcome back to a new vlog. So it's Thursday today and James and I are just about to head out.
Hello.
To go for a little look at some fridges that we're looking at. Yeah.
Fridges and other things.
Other stuff. So we're sort of starting to think about what we want to do with our kitchen. So the flat that we just moved into a few months ago, it's needed basically everything done to it. So we're now starting to think about what we kind of want to do with our kitchen. So we're currently just sitting in our car waiting for it to defrost. So if you hear the noise in the background, that's what it is. So yeah, so I thought I'd just take you along over the next few days and take you along with what we got up to. Hello again, so it's the next day, so we're now on Friday and I'm actually just waiting in the car on James. He just popped out for a little appointment, so we're in the city centre in Edinburgh just now. So once James is done with his appointment, we're going to head into a couple of bits of shopping. So we're going to go to George Street and we're going to head along to St James Centre as well. So we need to pick up a few things like coffee pods, like some toiletries and stuff like that, and just some bits and bobs around the house. So yesterday, after I last caught up with you, they went and had a little look at some fridges and sort of kitchen appliances and things, just to have a look at some different options for what we might end up doing with the kitchen. And then after that, we basically just headed home. I had my tutor in the evening and had something to eat and stuff like that, so quite a quiet evening. So yes, I thought I'd just take you along on what we got up to today. Again, so we're just home from popping out to the shops to get some bits and bobs. I kind of thought I'd show you what we got. So we actually ended up going into the Aesop shop in the St James Centre, and James was wanting to get some body wash and things like that. And yeah, not really been in there before, but some of their stuff smells amazing. The guy who was helping us was amazing. He obviously, you could tell he really liked the products and things like that, and really sort of obviously thought they were great. So we ended up getting a body wash and a hair wash. That's more for James, but the guy also gave us some free like face masks and things. So I'll just kind of show you what we got just now. So these are some of the face masks that you kind of just popped in for free. So yeah, so we got an amazing face cleanser, and then we also got a anti-blemish mask, which I think will be really good for masking, because I sort of suffer from like redness and blotchiness, especially in the winter. And then what I loved about when we got our stuff was they gave us it in this little bag, and he actually sprayed it with some of the perfume that they do. And he said it's really good if you hang it up inside your wardrobe and things. It like gives off the smell like onto your clothes and everything. So I'll definitely be hanging that up. But I didn't actually realise that they did fragrances. So we're trying out some of the fragrances as well. And I think I'll definitely be going back there to try out, to actually go ahead and buy some, because their fragrances were lovely. Like every single one that we tried was amazing. And then we also decided to go into the Nespresso sort of section within John Lewis to get some new coffee pods. So we actually decided to get a couple of new pods. So we went for, this is not one that I've tried before, it's called the half caffeinato one, which I think is, the pod is like a sort of red and black kind of colour. So I've never tried that one before, so went for that one. And then I also went for the roasted hazelnut one, which is one that I've had before and really like it. Yeah, so we ended up going for the roasted hazelnut as well. And then we also got, we also got the peanut and roasted sesame flavour, which I think is one of the last of their like seasonal flavours that they have. And then we also got, the last one was I think it's Costa Rica. Yeah, Costa Rica one. So, and all of these ones are all the mug sizes. This is just something that we kind of learned, I think the last time we popped into the Nespresso shop in John Lewis, is that if you actually double press the button on the top, you can make a double espresso out of the bigger pods. So all of these pods are the 230ml, which is the mug size, but obviously you can't get sort of like the mug sizes in the smaller sizes, so like the sort of more like in the caramel ones or the vanilla ones and things like that are made in the larger sizes. You can't get them in the smaller sizes, but the person that was in the shop last time actually said that if you put the bigger size pod in the machine and then double press the button, it should turn turquoise, and it will turn any of the bigger sizes into a smaller size, like the double espresso, which just goes in the little cup. So that's quite a good little hack that we found out last time we were at an espresso shop. So now that I've put everything away that we got when we were out at the shops, I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time doing my nails, because I really need to get these nails off. They're actually starting to lift, and I think if you'd seen one of my past vlogs when I did my nails, this is actually a dark red colour with the iridescent top coat, and I have to say I'm not really a fan of the colour. Like, it didn't turn out as red as what I thought. It's turned out a more kind of pinky purpley colour. So I'm going to take my nails off, do some new nails. I was actually thinking about just doing the iridescent top coat, but it's quite thick, so I think I might do a few coats of it so you can kind of almost see my natural nail through it, but then my nails have just got a nice iridescent sheen. So I'm going to try that, see how that looks. And I think I'm going to try one of these little face masks that we got from the Aesop shop. So this one's a chamomile concentrate anti-blemish mask. This is something that, like, especially in the winter time, I do get quite a lot of redness and things on my skin, so anything that will take away the redness, take away that kind of sort of red blotchy look on my skin, I'm quite keen to try. So yes, I'm going to try that out as well. So I'm very happy with my new nails, so I decided to go for just doing the iridescent top coat but as the actual colour of my nails. So I just put on a base coat, and then I did maybe 3 layers of this iridescent coat. So I really like how you can still kind of see like the white tips of my nails kind of through the colour, and then obviously when the light hits it, it kind of shimmers between like white and pink. So definitely like this much better than the purpley colour that I had last time. And yes, we still have our Christmas tree up, so this will actually be coming down tomorrow. So this will be our last night having our Christmas tree up. So yeah, I'm really going to miss having it up in the living room. However, I'm very excited because I think if you'd seen my last vlog, I mentioned that we were going to get 2 sort of little armchairs to put in our bay window, because it's actually quite a big space, and then maybe a little tiny coffee table to kind of put in the middle. So yeah, so I'm quite excited to see what the space is going to look like when we do that, which hopefully will be quite soon. So I also wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the skin mask that I used from Aesop. So it's a little bit out of focus, I don't know if you can maybe see, or maybe flip it around so you can actually see my face properly. So earlier on today, before I used it, this side of my face was actually quite blotchy, and I looked like I've got a little bit of a blemish there as well. And yeah, so my skin gets quite blotchy in the winter time just because of, you know, the cold and things like that. So I used the mask, which I'll just grab just now. I think it was the, can find it. Yeah, it was the chamomile concentrate anti-blemish one. So this is this little sort of tester that we got from Aesop, and I have to say, this side of my face, as you can see, like that's what it looks like now. So after taking the mask off, it's actually quite a kind of clay consistency, and it dries out. But after washing it off, I didn't actually check my skin right after it just to see what the results were. I kind of wish I'd filmed a little bit of a before and after so you could actually see the difference. But this side of my face, where I was looking quite blotchy, is definitely settled down quite a bit. So it's a lot more even. I've got a lot more even skin tones, so I think the next time that I try it out, I'll film a little bit of a before and after so you can actually see, you know, the results. But yeah, definitely recommend that. It's actually really definitely worked, and I feel like my skin's really smooth as well. Yeah, you can actually see the difference in my skin there. As I said, I really wish I'd filmed a before and after so you could actually see the difference, because it actually looks like I've got a little bit of makeup on now, like down here. As I said, this was very blotchy this morning, and you'll probably see actually earlier on in the vlog that I had like kind of like little red bits of redness on my skin, and you can see that that's near enough gone after using that mask. So I would definitely recommend using that if you suffer from like uneven skin tone or like red blotchiness, especially in the winter time. So I'm just about to sit down and film my last video, which is for my email subscribers. This is my setup for filming. So on my computer in a little second, I'm gonna get up the script for my video, and what I do is I just kind of keep an eye on my script here. I actually set up my camera here, so I've got a tripod which I'm gonna attach the camera to in a little second, and basically prop it up on top of this so it's the right height. And that, yeah, that's basically my filming setup. So that's basically a little bit of a behind the scenes peek at how I film kind of my sit down sort of chatty talking head videos. Hello again. So I'm just about to start taking our Christmas tree down today. So I've been kind of putting it off for the last, well, pretty much the last week. I kind of thought to myself, I'm going to wait until we're well into January, because it just makes me a little bit depressed, to be honest with you, if I take it down too early. So yes, I'm just standing next to the tree just now, just about to start taking it down. So my plan is to take down the tree first, because that's like the biggest job. Got all the decorations and things put away, and I'm so happy because our tree this year is a pre-lit tree, so taking it down shouldn't take as long because I wanted to take the lights off. And then I've also got fairy lights kind of around the flat. So normally we actually keep our fairy lights on our fireplace. I'll just kind of show you that in a little second. So yeah, I'm planning on keeping fairy lights in certain places just to give off a little bit of a cosy light, but take away the garland or the wreath or whatever that they're kind of attached to. So for example, here you can see we've got our garland along our fireplace. So these fairy lights are actually separate, and normally we keep the fairy lights around the fireplace anyway because they give a nice kind of like little glow to the room rather than putting lights and lamps on. So I'm definitely going to keep these, but just take away the garland. And then the same in the hall, we've got some lights around our garland on the bench, and again they're separate. So what I'm actually going to do is take away the garland but like wind the lights around the back of the bench just so that it gives a nice light to the hall. Look who's decided to sit into my fairy lights before I've managed to sort them. So I've just taken them off the bench and the wreath off, and as I was sort of putting the Christmas tree away, Chester decided to come and make himself at home in the fairy lights. Chester, oh, you're so funny. So that's our Christmas tree down, and it's actually quite surprising how much space we've got in our bay window. So definitely excited to see about getting a couple of chairs. I definitely think we can fit like a little armchair here, and then another one kind of here, and then potentially a tiny little like coffee table in the middle. But it's actually quite deceiving how much space we've got in our bay window. And I was just saying to James, I'm so glad that we've actually got the space back, because standing looking out the bay window is actually one of my favourite places in this flat. So it'll be nice to have a couple of chairs to sit in. And this is what our fireplace looks like now without the garland. As I said, normally we have the fairy lights anyway, so I've just kind of dusted it off and everything, given it a bit of a tidy, and then popped them back on. And the same for our bedroom. We did have a little garland that kind of went in front of the TV, so I've just taken that away and then left the fairy lights there because it actually gives off a really nice light when the big light's out. So this is it with the big light out, just so you could see. So I quite like how cosy this looks for the bedroom. And then once Chester's moved off of these lights, I'll get these wound round the sort of back of the bench, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like when I've done that as well. Hi everyone. So I'm just about to start planning out my week for this coming week. So I kind of thought I would show you how I plan out my week, how I plan out my different days of the week, and how I kind of make sure that I get everything done for my tutoring as well as different parts of my online business. So what I'm about to show you with to do with planning for my business is actually probably maybe the third or fourth kind of variation of doing this. I'm still trying to get my head around the the best way to kind of, you know, fit everything in. So initially, the first thing I'm going to kind of show you is how I kind of break up the different sections of my business and kind of almost make a bit of a to-do list of all the things I would like to achieve either monthly or weekly, or different things I need to work on in that area of my business. And then I sort of look at how I kind of spread that out over the week. So I'll just flip you around just now and I'll kind of show you my first kind of go at it, which had less areas of my business, but I've kind of recently decided to change my focus a little bit and focus a bit more on other areas and a bit less on other areas. This is one of the sort of tries I had before at planning it out, is I kind of split my business into my 3 different parts. So here on the top where it says TPT, that's my Teachers Pay Teachers store, which is where I create and sell teaching resources. Then we've got my Baby Sensory YouTube channel. And then down the bottom we've got my this channel, like my vlogging channel. And basically I kind of listed out all the different things that I wanted to do for each of those areas of my business, whether it was creating products, emailing, writing a blog, creating short form content like Instagram and things like that to promote each of those areas. And then what I kind of did was I sort of did like a 2-week rotation. So like week 1 was more of my kind of Teachers Pay Teachers. So my Teachers Pay Teachers is my main part of my business, my teaching resources. So that was always going to be something that I'd be working on every single week. And then this first week, as you could see, I've got TPT, project, email, short form content, and then I was actually focusing on my Baby Sensory videos that week. And then week 2, I'd still be doing my TPT project and things, but then I'd also be focusing on my vlog stuff. So I kind of went back and forward between the 2 weeks. So that brings me on to this variation here, which actually has 4 different parts to my business that I'm going to kind of be rotating between. So I apologise for doing it, for writing it out. I prefer like writing everything out on paper rather than doing it on my laptop. So down the bottom here, I've actually got that every week I'm going to be doing 2 Baby Sensory videos, and I'm also going to be working on a vlog. So that's something that no matter what, I'm going to be doing every single week. So that's why I've not kind of given it its own section in this plan. So I've got my 4 different areas that I want to really try and focus on. So I've got Teachers Pay Teachers, Tess, which is another online marketplace for selling teaching resources, my own website, and again on there I do things like write blogs. I also have an online shop where I can sell my resources, and then Etsy. So what I'm really trying to do is make the things that I've already done work a bit harder. So the past few years I've been putting quite a lot of time and effort into building my Teachers Pay Teachers store and creating and selling resources on that one marketplace. But then I kind of thought to myself, especially for coming into the new year, obviously I'm looking at ways to try and grow my business, to try and earn more money and things. And I thought to myself, why? Because I have kind of sort of tried out those other marketplaces and my website before, but I've not really put as much effort into them as what I have into Teachers Pay Teachers. So I kind of thought, right, I've already made the resources, I've made the products, I've done the hard work, so why not put all these resources, all these products onto Tess and Etsy, and obviously make sure my website's up to date. So instead of just having one marketplace where I can kind of sell my resources, I've actually then got 4. So what I'm going to be doing is focusing, like sort of taking a week about and really focusing on really trying to promote that marketplace that I'm focusing on that week. Really try and make sure that all the resources are, their listings look as good as they can. They've got photos, the product descriptions are really good, the keywords, search terms, all that kind of stuff is as good as it can be. And really try and make each marketplace as good as my Teachers Pay Teachers one. And I know that I'm not going to probably get the same amount of money right away or earn the same amount of money right away from the other marketplaces, but if I could even start earning a little bit, it all adds up. So that is my plan sort of for the next kind of few months to try and really achieve that. So if we go back to my plan that I've got, so 1 week I'll be focusing on Teachers Pay Teachers, so that'll be product creation, adding value, so that's things that I could be doing to existing products to then add the value to make them bigger, so then I can then up the price a little bit. And then I've got optimized listings and creating bundles, so that's actually looking at the product listing on the website, making sure the photos, the description and everything is as good as it can be, and then bundling resources together and creating discounts. Then we've got marketing, which is like writing a weekly email, creating pins for Pinterest. And then I've got IG, which is Instagram. So then resharing any sort of marketing materials onto Instagram. And then down the bottom there, I've got Amazon KDP. So that's something that I've kind of just recently started, which is basically taking all my digital resources, my sort of printable resources, and putting them into an actual physical workbook and selling it on Amazon. So I have actually done that with 2 different workbooks so far. So I'm going to be kind of continuing to do that as well. So any week that I'm working on TPT, that's what I'm doing there. And as you can see, I've kind of got a little arrow there. That means that this is 1 day. So each bullet point is like 1 day's task. And that's what I'm going to be working on that 1 day. And as I said, the optimised listings and bundles, that would kind of go together. So then I'll go on to my week where I'm going to be looking at tests. Basically, it's kind of the same thing. So I'm going to be uploading products, which is basically making sure that all the products that are on my TPT store are on my test store, and updating any products. So if I have updated any products, as in like adding value to any of my sort of main products on TPT, make sure I've done the same on test. Again, creating bundles, which means bundling products together and creating discounts. Optimise my listings, which again is looking at the photos, the product description, the title names, all that stuff, making sure it's as good as it can be. Marketing, so again, creating pins, but obviously this time, instead of sending my pins to a TPT resource, sending my pins to a test resource, which obviously would be a different link. And then again, working on my Amazon workbooks. And then the next week, I'll be working on my own website. So I actually do have my own website, which basically has a blog on it where I write blog posts, as well as an online store where I sell all my teaching resources there as well. And I'm actually want to try and aim to send more people here, because when I send people to my website, I don't have to then pay like a commission or anything to the marketplace. It's, you know, I actually earn like all of the price of the product. So again, here I'd be spending a day working on uploading products and updating anything, optimizing listings, so again, thumbnails, product descriptions, etc. Marketing, so creating pins to send people to my website. Adding subscribers to my list. So that means I do actually have a separate email list, which is on a platform called MailerLite, but then people can also join my subscriber list on my website. So it's basically just making sure I've got them all in the one place. And then again, working on Amazon KDP, like on my physical workbooks. And then the last area that I'd be spending some time working on, like spending a week working on this, would be Etsy. So again, it's the same kind of thing, making sure I've uploaded products, make sure I've uploaded all the different products that I want up on the shop, optimize listings. So again, just like before, looking at thumbnails, descriptions, etc., creating bundles. So that would be doing that in 1 day. Marketing, so creating pins to send people to my Etsy listings. And then again, Amazon KDP, so working on my my workbook. So this is kind of like an overview of what I do for a week. So what I've done is I've written up in the top corner there, test. So this is a week that I'm going to be spending focusing on test stuff. And then what I do each week is I write down a little to-do list down the right-hand side. So there I've written my 2 baby sensory videos that I'll be doing every week, working on my vlog, uploading products, and obviously that will just be on the test, bundling products and optimising listings, any sort of marketing that I do, so creating pins, sending it to products and stuff. So then what I do after I've written out my sort of to-do list for that week is I then allocate a day to each task. And then what I'm actually going to be doing this time, which I haven't done for a long time, is I'm actually going to have a day off. So this week I've actually written Sunday as the day off, but obviously I could kind of move it around a little bit, because normally I would have something in for every single day of the week, all 7 days, and I would be doing something every single day. But because I'm wanting to be working a bit smarter, I want to be, you know, putting a lot of effort into building these different platforms, I kind of thought, right, I don't want to burn out, so I want to make sure and have a day off, and to also give me a little bit of leeway as well if I don't get something done. If I need to, I could do it on my day off. So basically what I do is I allocate each of these tasks to a day of the week. So for example, this week, Monday, I've got my 2 baby sensory videos. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Tuesday, I'm going to be editing this vlog, doing the thumbnail and uploading it. And then Wednesday, working on tests, so I'm going to be uploading products to that platform and updating any products that have had things added to them. So if they've had extra pages or activities added to them, do that and increase the price if I need to. Thursday, I'm going to be still working on tests, but I'm going to be bundling products and optimising the listings, so really looking at my listings in my shop. And then Friday, I'm going to be doing marketing, so that will be pins to promote my products on tests. And then only this week, I'm actually going to be writing out emails, an email sequence, because I've just finished filming a 3-video series for my email subscribers. So I want to write out the 3 emails that are going to then deliver those videos to my email subscribers. So that's a little extra thing that I'm going to do on Friday. And then on Saturday, we've got Amazon, KDP. So I'm going to be creating pins to market my 2 books that I've done already, and then hopefully start working on my next book, which is going to be looking at phonological awareness resources. So Saturday I'll be spending doing that, and Sunday hopefully we'll have a day off. So yeah, so that's basically what my week looks like. And then what I'll be doing is every single week I'll just kind of switch between what area I'm kind of looking at. So obviously this week I'm looking at tests. So next week I'll probably go on to work on these tasks with my website. The following week I'll look at Etsy, and then I'll go and look at TPT, Teachers Pay Teachers, and then back to tests, and basically work my way through these 4 areas each month. And then every single week, as I said, I want to be doing 2 videos from my Baby Sensory channel and working on my vlog. And the reason I've kind of kept these every single week is because I feel like it gives a nice little break from working on my Teachers Pay Teachers stuff, or like teaching resources stuff, because I actually find doing my Baby Sensory stuff and my vlog quite fun. And so yeah, it kind of breaks it up a little bit, but it's also helping build my business as well. So that's kind of a very quick overview of how I go about planning my week, how I go about breaking up the different things that I need to do in my business and making sure I get them all done, so I feel like I'm covering everything. So this will be the first time that I've kind of done it this way. I've kind of done it, as I said, in the past, lots of different ways, and it's never really quite been what I've wanted, or I've wanted to add more things in or take things away. So because I really want to focus on building my different marketplaces, this is probably the best way that I could think about doing it without trying to cram too much into one week. So we'll see how I get on over the next kind of few months, and hopefully this will be the way that I'll kind of stick at doing it for the next little while at least. So yeah, so I do hope you found that useful. So if you have sort of thought about starting an online business, or even not an online business, a normal business, or you've maybe started an online business and you're maybe thinking, how do I fit all this in? How do I cover everything? That's the way that I do it. Obviously it's not, the only way to do it, but it might give you a few ideas of how to manage your week. So I really do hope you found that useful. So yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and finish off this vlog here. I hope that you've enjoyed it and you found it useful as well. And if you would like to see the next one, make sure and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.